Okay, this is January 22nd, 2017. We are on for Team Lead in Love, Four Corners, first time ever Zoom. So what that means is we decided to kind of revamp, renew, and rename our Team Lead in Love monthly call with adding in four corners because we know we have four amazing teams. We're all part of Team Lead in Love, which I founded June of 2014. But as we grow leaders, and that's what we want for you all. And then when you become a leader and a diamond or anywhere around that time, you name your team and you start your team. And now we're all coming together for one big Zoom. And I'm super excited. I am very excited that this was an idea from April that we would name it Team Lead in Love Four Corners, and I just think it's so great. So we're going to be hearing from more than just me each time. We'll do this every single month as we have been, but we have changed the time and the day, so please mark your calendars. It is now on the third Sunday of every month at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that will place the third Wednesday. So before you, and you might even have just got on for your first time, and you might have already saw in your welcome coach email that was the Wednesday. That's always been in our welcome coach email, but just change it on your calendar and we'll go forth and changing it as we invite new people to join us, and we'll set it up for the third Sunday of every month. So I'm so glad for the big turnout on a Sunday. I wasn't sure what it was going to be like, so I think this might be a great night. And it's always going to be hard to find a perfect time for everybody, but these Zooms are recorded. So make sure as you grow in your teams that you share them with the team. And I'll post the recording every single time in the team page so that you, if you're listening on, thank you for your time. If you're on live, thank you for your time. We have a big group and so many new people, so I can't wait to hear, have you introduce yourselves. But first, I'm going to get started with some announcements and then some recognition, and then we're going to open it up to April as she is going to talk on our topic tonight. And you're going to be in for a treat, so make sure you have your notepads and pens in front of you. April's Zooms are amazing, and she she just does a lot of interactive stuff, so you won't just be sitting listening and not taking notes. Okay, so my announcements, I have several. So first, February, no pressure. February is a big month in Team Beachbody. If you're just joining us and you don't know what this is, it's called Team Cup. And what that is you get together with a team of 5, and don't feel pressure to find the 5 yourself. You can connect, of course, with your diamond leader. On a team of 5 coaches, you just have to be active coaches. Doesn't matter what rank you are, but there's only allowed to be 1 diamond. Doesn't have to have a diamond on a team. It could be all emeralds and coaches, but at least only 1 diamond. And you register at teambeachbodycup.com by the end of this month, so that registration will be opened. That is it. So basically, it's kind of a fun competition. So you are going to come up with a team name. You have to have your team name, the coaches' first and last names, and their coach IDs before you register. So have that ready. I remember getting on there at times and then not having a team name, and I had to mention to everybody. But we have to have a team name first. You set up, a lot of times we're encouraged to set up a weekly call. Your diamond leader will do this, but I'm just letting you know what this is about. And basically, you're in a competition for Success Club points, but also it's a way to grow. I know I've shared this before, but there's lots of statistics to share about how people have shown that as you're part of a team cup, even if you're brand new. I was in a team cup the very second month I've ever was a coach, but I helped more people. I earned more money than they do tests and surveys, and you earn more money, help more people when you're on a team cup, because you're a part of a team, right? And you're excited. You have little competitions, and basically there's prizes that you can win at the end of each month. So that just kind of gives you a rundown. But all of this is, all of these announcements are always found in your Beachbody, on your online office, in the breaking news and current events on your right-hand side of your page. So I'm just letting you know some of these things. Also, Super Saturday, our next Super Saturday event, they're in your local area. If you don't know where yours is, we will connect you to one. It is on April 8th. So mark your calendars for that. That is definitely, events are a huge part of our business and our growing our business and showing up, learning, growing, getting trainings. It's super inexpensive for the value that we get there. And it's so great to be with your teams. If you don't have anybody, even in your local area, as Joy knows, going to her ferry for, she goes to the Super Saturday in her area without even having anybody on her team in that area. But then as you grow and learn and you meet new people, you grow your teams and you invite new people to your Super Saturdays. And the one here, obviously in Portland, is going to be a bigger, and she makes Peter go, she says. And obviously the one in the local Portland areas where we have a big, big team showing up there too. So just want you to know ahead of it. It's every 3 months or every quarter or whatever. And it's usually a Saturday, but sometimes it ends up being on a Sunday. And so we'll let you know about that. Also, another date coming up is April 2nd. If you are in the Portland area or if you want to travel to the Portland area, we have a very special guests for spring training. We have Vito Lafata. He's one of our top founders of Team Rockstar Fit. That's our bigger team. And Vito, Ashley Mahaffey, and Kim Gorski are all going to be traveling to this area. We're super excited to welcome them, and we get to have a whole day of training. That is April 2nd. And then April 3rd will be the Diamond Day event for that. It does cost some money, so we want to make sure that you get on. I think it's in our pinned post in Team Lead and Love, and we want to make sure that you get a ticket as soon as possible. That even though it seems like it's a long way off, we have to make plans for it, and we will close the registration soon. Also, I didn't know if you've seen this. I just found this out, and maybe it was something that's been in our breaking news for a while, but the price has been reduced on the containers only. So you know how like sometimes your challengers will want a second, or you may want, I definitely needed them, a second set of the containers for the 21-day fix. It's been reduced from $17.95 to $9.95. So that's a good thing. You can even tell your people about it like right when you're signing them up if they want to order a second container. Also, mark your calendars for our Emerald Team call. It's going to be our second one. We had an amazing call the last time with the Emeralds and above, February 5th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you don't know what an Emerald is, ask your Diamond leader. We want you to be on there. January is double dollars promotion. So for Success Club, you will earn double dollars and for the Success Club trip, and also for the personal development or for Success Club. So at least reaching 5 Success Club points, which is helping at least 3 people. And then actually now this month, you could even help 2 people with oh, thank you. She is asking me February. Oh, yes, I made a mistake on the date. Thank you, April. February 6th at 6 p.m. is the next Emerald Team call. I don't know why I put it for Sunday. It's on Monday. Thank you. I appreciate that. So scratch your calendar, February 6th instead of February 5th. So helping at least 2 to 3 people in this month, you earn personal development webinar with Rachel Cruz. I didn't know who she was. Guess who she is? The daughter of Dave Ramsey. You guys are all nodding your heads like you already knew who she was. So I didn't know who she was. She's written a book called Smart Money, Smart Kids. And she obviously will have a lot of wise stuff to share with us growing up in a household with Dave Ramsey. Okay, so for now moved on. Anybody have any other announcements that you feel like are pressing that I missed? Okay. There's always a ton of, okay, April. Go ahead.
The Success Club trip, if you want to go on it in 2018.
Yes, can you get on a waiting list? Yes, but not right away, right?
Well, there's not a wait list. You'll get an email when you are up for being able to register. So right now it's in order of
yes, but I guess why I wanted to not announce that, but totally yes, definitely Success Club trip. But if you're just brand new starting, I don't know when. I want to know the date is when you can get on. Like if you're just starting.
Yes, that's what I was wondering.
There needs to as soon as we find that, that's what I want to know.
There's an FAQ that I can tell you about.
Okay, perfect.
But the thing is that you only have 96 hours. So if you're not a new coach and you're
Yes.
watching this or you're on this Zoom right now, you only have 96 hours to make your reservation.
Yes.
Right? The
And you'll get
Riviera
an email, so you won't wonder, you don't need to wonder or like, oh, did I miss the date? You'll get an email invite to tell you that it's time to register and you'll have the 96 hours.
Exactly. And it's FAQ 1405.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what that is, FAQs are the number after it. You can look it up on your back office, and that's exactly the number that brings you to all the information about that exact thing. Okay, awesome. Thank you. And then the recognition. So since this is January 22nd, I'm going to go with, we're going to announce all the Success Club, everybody helping at least one person for the month of December. Super excited. There's so many people on the board for that, for Team Lead and Love. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, there are some new people that I don't even know how to say their last names. So I hate butchering last names, but I'm going to do that. I'm sorry. And if you're on the call or you are the diamond leader of this person and you know the name, how to say it, please tell me, because I like to know so I don't say the names wrong the next time. Okay, so first at the top of the board, we have Heidi Price, woo woo, at Success Club 14. That is incredible, Heidi. And I think there's something else about you, but we will hear that in a moment. Stephanie Stevens was at 13. So great. Joy Harrington was at 11. April Krubell at 10. James, whoop, whoop, at 7. And then Changing Lives was Emily. Okay, Emily, I don't even know how to say your last name. Camback? Okay, I guess I do. Okay, Emily Camback at 4. And then I don't know how to say Jenny. Okay, it's Jenny Byrne, I think. Byrne, Jenny Byrne, brand new coach, first month in the business. She was at Success Club 3. And then Lydia, I don't know how to say her last name. Please tell me, because that's
Orozco.
Oh, okay, Orozco, thank you. And she was at Success Club 2. So that is so awesome. If you don't know what Success Club is, because you just started, please ask your diamond leader. But basically, it's the Beachbody Awards. They transfer points per person, and we like to talk about it as changing lives because each point is a person. So challenge packs, and then obviously even setting a new person up with Shakeology will get you a Success Club point too. And in this Beachbody world, we recognize people, which is amazing because I'm sure you aren't recognized as much in your day job as I was not in my pharmacy day job. Also, I like to, once every couple months, I like to say how many coaches we have on Team Lead and Love, because I want you to notice as you're growing, even write this number down if it's like your first Zoom or you're a couple months into the business. I started in June of 2014 with just one. And then today, we have 131 coaches on this team, and you'll find that sometimes, some months I can see everybody obviously, and we'll have like 9 coaches in the business, but then I do get obviously those emails of people that are quitting. So there's always going to be a turnaround in everything that we do, but I'm super proud that 131 people, I get like chills. 131 coaches have decided, even if they're just on Shakeology, that's obviously amazing that we're making a difference in helping people stay healthy. And then a lot of them are in our challenge groups, and then a lot of them are on this call and working as making money and doing this as a business and changing their life as well and their family's lives. So that is so awesome. We just keep growing. Okay, I'd like to open it up to the Diamond Leaders. If you have any additional recognition or anything you want to add before we turn it over to April. And Stephanie is not on yet. Okay, Joy.
Do you want me to introduce Taylor?
Yes, please introduce. Okay, besides recognition, please introduce any new people. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. Any new people to the call, I would love to introduce them.
Yes. This is Taylor, my new coach.
Hey, Taylor.
Yes,
Hi.
welcome.
Hi, thanks for getting on.
Hello, I'm so glad. I'm so excited.
I'm so glad.
She's going to introduce herself, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Oh.
I met her on Instagram, of all places, because I was doing P90X3, and she was too, and she saw my hashtags. And I think you commented on some of my videos or liked some of them, and somehow I started messaging her, and we started talking back and forth. And then she got into my groups in December. She joined my group in December for the first time ever and ended up falling off after like a week. And she was like, I'm sorry, life's just too crazy. I can't do it. And I was like, well, life's always crazy. So when are you going to find the time? And
Well, really, I just wanted to
ah.
I wanted to eat Christmas Eve at my grandmother's with guilt-free.
It was so funny. And then I was like, no, I'm sorry. I really do empathize. I'm just, trying to help you. And she goes, no, I would expect a response like that from you because you're a coach. And I was like, oh. And so we started talking and I recommended her reading The Compound Effect. And lo and behold, she went and read it before she had ever been in our challenge group. And so she jumped in January and she's loving it. And she's like, I have to do this as a job. I'm dying at my day job. And this just seems amazing. So she's on board.
Awesome. Taylor, that's so great. Welcome to Team Lead in Love. I'm so glad that you're here. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, like married, kids, what you do for your day job?
I'm married. It'll be 9 years in June. I have 2 kids, 8 and 4. I work at a law office. It's very quiet and very boring.
Okay.
She lives in Arkansas.
I live in Arkansas.
Okay.
I live in Arkansas and I work in Texas.
Wow.
Yeah,
How far is your commute?
15 minutes.
Okay. We're like us. We're like in Portland and we have Vancouver, Washington right on. Yeah. 20 minutes. Cool. That's awesome. Why did you decide to join us?
I've loved Beachbody since I think I bought my first video in 2008. I bought P90X. I have never completed it, all the way, but I have started and stopped it a million times. I don't know. I love the products and I know they work. So I decided that I started looking into coaching and it really excited me. It reminds me of my job that I had before. I worked at AT&T. And I was a manager before I left. And I loved my job, but I never saw my family, so it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I love all the positivity. It's
so
great.
Awesome. I know you didn't mention it to right now, but I know that you did look into finding a coach, right? And nobody was connected with you. And then somehow you just saw Joy on Instagram. So you're like, reached out to her. I think that is incredible. You were already like pursuing help because look how you got P90X and maybe haven't finished it and now you will, or maybe another program, as long as we start programs and finish them, we try to do that. That's what we do as coaches, and that's what we encourage others to do because it's so easy to just pick up a program and then not to finish it if you don't have that accountability. So you have a really good story already to share with people.
Yes, I'm going to finish it. I'm doing Focus T25.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great one.
I know. We all love that program.
Yeah, we're huge Shanti. Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
awesome. So glad that you're here, Taylor. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Can't wait to get to know you more. Anybody else new that want to be introduced? Who else is new here? Oh, go ahead.
I'm new.
Yes.
I'll let you introduce yourself, Corey. Go ahead.
Okay.
If you want to.
Oh yeah, I can do it. I think. I'm Corey. I live in West Lynn, and I met April and James on Halloween. We were all trick-or-treating with our kids, and I didn't know what April did, but we were just walking and trick-or-treating with the kids, and she had brought up a little bit about Beachbody, and then we found each other on Facebook, and she just Facebooked me, and I jumped into the challenge 3 days later. Awesome. Not knowing anything about Beachbody. I had seen Shakeology through some of my friends' Facebook posts and like Instagram posts, but never really knew what it was about. I kind of heard certain things about it that were great, but so I started it. I loved it. My first challenge, I lost 12 pounds, and December and January, so that was November. I got engaged that month as well, so that was exciting.
Wow, congratulations.
I have 2 kids. I have a 17-month-old and a 7-year-old, both boys. And we're getting married on October 1st, Eric and I. And April's kind of talked me into doing the coaching. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, honestly, I'm like completely lost right now, but April's going to help me. She's going to help me.
Exactly.
She is on this Zoom and she hasn't even had a GSR. It's tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
So
You are
mad
awesome.
props.
That's
Mad
awesome.
props.
Definitely.
She's,
That's great. Well,
yeah, this
welcome.
is jump in with both feet kind of gal.
Yeah.
Welcome. You don't have to know what you're supposed to do because that's not how it works, right? Just like if you
Okay.
start a new job, you're not going to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
with the new job.
I
You have
just
to
know that
train
I
yourself.
love Shakeology. I know that I love the Beachbody workouts. So far I've just done like the 21-day fix workouts, and I love them, and I can't wait to like get myself into like the P90X and everything else. But I love the workouts. I love Shakeology. I'm really excited, and we'll see what happens.
That's awesome. That's all you need.
I'm a baby right now. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yep, that's okay. Well, Taylor's the same, so you guys can connect, and we'll get you guys all
for
connected
sure.
in
I love
trainings
your
and
accent,
everything.
Taylor. It is super awesome. I'm like, oh, I could just listen to her all day.
I know. That's awesome.
I agree.
Well, thank you so much for getting on when you're new. I know sometimes that can be, I know Taylor just had her GSR today, so you guys are both in the same, just real brand new, and it's just commendable for you to show up here and not even knowing what you're going to find. We could be crazy, so who knows? You know?
No, I like crazy, so we're good.
Yeah, good. We're good.
Right.
That's awesome. So glad you're here. Okay, if you can mute yourselves, we're going to get started with Stephanie. Oh, I thought maybe Stephanie was wanting to say something. Hi,
Well,
Stephanie.
I also wanted to recognize,
Yes, thank you.
back to recognition.
Recognition.
So if you don't know what Coach Summit is the yearly summit where we all 27,000 of us get together in a really super hot city like Nashville, or this year, New Orleans. And we just immerse ourselves with everyone from Beachbody and all the coaches from across North America. And it's a crazy, awesome, amazing time. And if you hit Success Club your first 3 months in the business, you win a free ticket to all the fun and all the stuff. And Heidi Price is now officially a success starter. She did it. She earned her free $300 ticket or whatever it is to be able to attend everything. And so I'm super proud of her. And so I just want to give her a little shout out. Now she's forever a success starter. She gets to stand up and be recognized at all the live events for that.
That's
so
so
there you go,
cute,
Heidi.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And I just want to say an extra special prop because you finished in December. And
Yeah.
December is, they always say December, November are really hard months, whatever. We say poo-poo to that because Heidi's making it happen and lots of you are too. So that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very excited.
Thank you. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to introduce April. We are going to hear from her on the 6 roles. You can tell us exactly the title, but it was the 6 roles of coaching. And I'm so excited to hear from you, April. I'm going to mute myself as well.
Okay, so I actually prepared a keynote for this because I'm a tiny bit of an overachiever and I like graphics. So that's what I did. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Give me just a second here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Okay, so what we're going to talk about tonight, you can all see that, I'm assuming. Thumbs up. Yep, awesome. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about your 6 roles, which is essentially just being intentional with your time. We're all busy. I can pretty much guarantee across the board that if I asked you, are you busy? You would tell me yes. Usually we don't get coaches who are just kind of sitting at home in their PJs all day long watching TV. That's not the kind of people that we attract. So we often find people who are, yes, very busy. So let's get started. You can't achieve your dreams if you're not clear on, get your notebooks ready, get your pen ready. You're not writing in blood tonight. You're writing with a pen. Jess is writing in blood. Okay. All right. You're really committed, honey. What you want. You got to be clear on what you want. If you don't know what you want, there is absolutely no way you're going to get anything. You can't tell the universe what you want if you don't know what you want, right? So you got to get clear on what you want. You got to get clear on what to do. So knowing is half the battle. I think that might be James will tell me later. It's like a He-Man reference, I'm pretty sure. Knowing is, it's G.I. Joe, I think. Knowing is half the battle. You got to know what to do with that as well. You got to know how to do it. So I'll give you a little sneak peek into an example of this. Right now, I am looking into what I want is to spread a message of being a survivor of abuse and being able to move past that and do something with it. What I want to do is a podcast. My next step is to learn on how to do that, because I have no idea. I'm a musician, so I have a microphone and a little spit screen, but I don't know how to do a podcast. So I got to figure out how to do it. And I got to find out what stands in my way. Is there marketing? Is there money? Is there something that's standing in my way? What will it be? And then I need to figure out who to turn to in order to get stuff done. So is it people that already have podcasts? There's a few people I know of that have podcasts. Do I reach out to them and ask them? Do I take some sort of training online? What is it that I need to do? Who do I need to reach out to in order to get this done? So whatever that is for you, whatever that dream is for you, this is a great way to sort of go down the line, ask yourself these questions before you do anything else, because you have to get clear. You got to get clear on what you need to do. Everybody good on that? All right. I can share this too later. So why do we do 6 roles? Why 6? Why not 10? Or quite honestly, when I started coaching, 72 roles, I'm pretty sure is the number that I had. And I was like, no. And Jess actually brought the 6-role thing to me, and I fought her on it. I told her that was ridiculous. I literally made a list, and I'm going to be honest with you, I probably had 15 different roles at the time, and I was not very happy about that. But I figured it was the only way. So life isn't a 50-50 between work and life. You play more than 2 roles. You have more than 2 roles. And this is really important because I think sometimes we call it the work-life balance, but work isn't one thing and life isn't number 2 thing. It's multifaceted. You need to devote your time to all of your roles. So when my oldest was growing up, when she was a kid, we would talk about the pie and how if you devote all of your time to your friends, everything else is going to suffer. If all you ever do is just schoolwork, then you're not going to be able to learn building friendships. So it's the same thing for us in our lives. If all we're doing is coaching, which I was guilty of when I started, Jess knows this too, then other things suffer, right? You're up at midnight, typing out stuff, and you didn't even put your kids to bed. So you got to devote time to all your roles, not just 1 or 2. And ideally, you should have between 4 and 8. So tonight, we're going to settle on 6. I can tell you that I've probably gone to 8, and there are times where I've gone down to 4. It's going to change. This is a living document. This is not just a hard and fast. These are the only 6 roles you could ever have for your entire life. So know that it's very fluid. Here's some sample roles. There are obviously many, many, many roles depending on who you are. Not everybody's a spouse, not everybody's a parent, not everybody's a musician, but I stuck that in there. Go figure, it's kind of weird, I know, but I stuck it in there just for Joy and I. It's your coach. And we will get into at another time the 6 roles of a coach, but to keep it simple right now, we're just going to do 6 roles and we're going to use coach as, or you could even say CEO or whatever it is that you want to do. But CEO is actually a sub branch of coach. So right now we'll just stick with coach. Hopefully if you're on the Zoom, that is one of your roles. So these are some sample roles. Now is the time to choose your current roles, okay? So I want you to draw a circle, just a big circle on one piece of paper. Okay? I'm sure you know how to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway so that you can see. And if you make fun of my circle, you have to get off the Zoom because I'm not very good at drawing. See, you just draw a circle, right? Super easy peasy. Put 6 lines, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't have to be nice. They just need to look like a spider maybe, right? Make it look like a spider. So put 6 lines outside the circle. In retrospect, I probably would have made my circle a tiny bit smaller. But whatever, you can redo this later if you want. And now I want you to take 5 minutes. And I want you to really think about, and I'm going to time this so that we stay on task. I want you to really think about those 6 roles. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're a sister, say sister is one of your roles. Well, if you don't have something pressing right now going on with yourself as a sibling, then that maybe isn't a role. Let's say you don't put daughter on there. But then, you know, God forbid, 6 months down the road, a parent got sick, daughter would be that role. So right now, what are your 6 roles? And I'm going to go ahead and put a timer on that. Ready, go.
Get everything. When is your quarter ending? Because isn't it ending?
Who is
soon?
that on? Who is not muted?
Uh-oh.
Somebody's not muted. It looks like everybody's muted.
Can't wait to go.
It was Amy. We're good. I'm just going to have some music playing for you guys. Hopefully you can hear this. This is what Trina does. I'm stealing it. Oh. It's not funny, Joy. This is great. This is office, soft space office piano music. Joy's making fun of me, everybody. So if you're getting to a point where you're finishing, you can give me a thumbs up. I don't want to cut anybody short, but I also don't want everybody to be like, why are we still on hold? Would you all give me a thumbs up? Okay, I'm gonna pause this garbage music according to okay, just kidding. Okay, so now that you have your roles, and I'm gonna go to the timer again. Now that you have your roles, oh, we were right there. Okay, that's good. Now that you have your roles, it's time to list your goals. So now that you have your roles, it's time to list your goals. Isn't that fun? That rhymes. So I want you to list under each of your roles 3 areas of improvement that you want to work on in the next 90 days. This isn't the next 10 years. This is the next 90 days. And also along with that, I want you to rate on a scale of 1 to 10 where you are right now today with each role, how you feel you're performing with each role. And I'll try to find some better music. Okay, that's terrible. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you're feeling like you've made good progress on that. Yep. Awesome. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to draw this, like it says, draw this. Just take a minute to draw that. This is from Stephen Covey. If you don't know who Stephen Covey is, just go to an office supply store. You'll see his name everywhere in the planner section. And then give me a thumbs up when you're done. Awesome. Taylor, Emily, Joy, Corey, Jess, Heidi. Awesome stuff. Cool. Okay. All right. So quadrant 1 is the top left. These are the urgent and important things in our life. Okay. So you have an infection on your foot. That's going in quadrant 1, like absolutely going in quadrant 1. You're in labor, going in quadrant 1, right? You're probably not going to write it down though as a to-do. Pressing problems, things that are deadline driven. And right now, all I want you to do is I just want you to write this in the box in quadrant 1. I just want you to write that it's crisis, pressing problems, anything deadline driven. You know, if you've got a Zoom tonight, this is something that, in my opinion, as a business owner, these are often, for the most part, urgent and important. And I'm discerning about them, which ones I get on, because there are lots of them. But like these are the ones that are important. So, you know, if you're in school, obviously that's going to be something that's important. Okay, everybody got that written down? Like I said, I can share this again. So quadrant 2 is not urgent and it's important. So that's, you see where it lines up. That's going to be things that are, you know, look, my mom she took some time to do earthquake preparedness because, you know, Oregon is there's a possibility. Whether you agree with that or not, that would be something for her that would go in quadrant 2. It's not necessarily urgent, but yeah, it's important. A date with your spouse, not urgent, but it's important. So you can just write down these things right here. You know, preparation, prevention, planning, relationship building, recreation, and values clarification, or whatever words, you know, work for you. I'll give you just a minute on that. And I actually think I can share this as a PDF and I can post it. I'm promising anything, but it doesn't matter. Either way, I know how to screenshot and send this to you guys. Okay, in the concern for time, I'm going to move on. So quadrant 3, these are urgent things, but they're not important. So, you know, I remember when I was in HR and we had urgent and not important things all the time. People who would come in and have a complaint, usually HR is not the place you go for positivity. And, you know, somebody would have something with their paycheck or something that was going on. It was urgent, but it really wasn't important. I mean, the paycheck thing, sure, but typically, you know, it's other people's issues. It's unimportant meetings. And I remember going to so many unimportant meetings where I would sit there and think, this is the worst use of my time right now. So let's say you get an email from your friend who wants to tell you about a trip she's taking next year. Like that she thinks it's urgent. It's an urgent thing because it's shown up in your email and you got a notification. It is not important. I used to also have a friend who would call me, and I allowed her to speak to me for 6 hours on the phone sometimes. And I would just walk around and do housework when I had a new baby. And it was all of her issues that she would talk about. So we're not friends anymore. So yeah. All right, moving on to quadrant 4. So quadrant 4 is not urgent, not important. And quite honestly, quadrant 4, you can typically take those things and, as Brendan would say, throw them away. Wipe them off your calendar. Don't even do them. Now look, I love TV. Anyone who knows me knows I love TV, and I'm not giving it up for anyone or anything. But excessive TV is what they're talking about here. Excessive relaxation. It's again that pie where when it's too much of one thing, you're sacrificing everything else. So irrelevant phone calls. When I was on there for 6 hours with her with a new baby, what a stupid use of my time. What a ridiculous use of my time. And I thought I was just like trying to help somebody, but she was sucking my life away and I was allowing it. So, anything that you're doing, and I think that's supposed to say trivial busy work. I don't think it's supposed to say trivia. Because if you're into trivia, like give it some time. So, I like trivia night, whatever. But anything that has to do with, just stuff that just doesn't really matter. When you're giving time to that, it's taking time away from everything else. Okay. So now that we've kind of done that, before I share with you a few things that I'm doing, and I was really excited to be able to share this because I am currently in the middle of my own self-inflicted 90-day streamlining project so that I can set myself up for the rest of the year, streamlining everything as a musician, as a business owner, as a mother, as a wife, all my roles, obviously. I'm really setting into motion ways to be more intentional and mindful about my time. And that's what these 6 roles and those 4 quadrants really break down for you. Because what happens is, like I said in the beginning, when we don't have a plan, when we don't know what to do, we're just all over the place. We're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if it sticks. And that is a huge waste of time where we could really be moving ourselves along the path of our goals. When we're really being mindful and intentional, saying no to things, it's okay to say no. If you learn nothing else tonight, know that it's okay to say no. It is the most freeing thing. God, I love it. It's great. I love to say no. Yeah, I do. I also love to say yes, but I love to say no too. So I'm just going to share with you 3 things that I do personally. And then I would love on the team page for you guys to share things that you do that help you streamline. So the number one thing that I started doing since Super Saturday, because one of our coaches, Natalie, had mentioned that she's using TeamZ. It's a little bit of prep work to get it done, but it's part of my 90-day streamlining. So I was like, I am taking the time for this. I just did a little bit. I devoted like an hour and a half each day for like 5 days. I got all my people into the system. And basically what happens is I go to my dashboard every day, and then it shows me who I'm following up with. And then when I follow it up, I can send an email from TeamZ. It does cost money per month, though. I will tell you that. So I wouldn't do it when you're brand new. It loads all your stuff from your Coach Online office. It was invented by a coach, and now other companies are using it, as well as Beachbody coaches. But it allows you you don't have to keep notes or put people's names on your account. It just does it for you. It pops people's names up for you. You don't have to think about it. You can send messages through there. It shows them their spouse's name. You can keep all the notes, everything in there. So it's definitely something to look into. It's not a requirement. Nothing is. This is our business. It's not anybody else's. But I just want to share that with you to take a look at. You can get free 30-day trial to check it out. There's tons of videos. They do Zooms. It's a great resource. The second thing is, this is not my office. As you can tell behind me, this is not my office, but isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. Like if I had another house, maybe this is what my office would look like. I don't know. But what I did recently was my office, as you can see, I have light on my face now because I moved my desk over. I'm not in a clandestine setting anymore. I moved my desk over. I'm in the process of putting cute things up like this file. And And I've got my Team Beachbody skateboard back here, which is pretty awesome. I might hang it on the wall. And then I've got a cute thing up here, but I've got things that are going on the wall, and I'm making it my space. And that might seem a little trivial to you, but anyone who works a home business that's successful can tell you that you need to have a space where you feel jazzed and energized and ready to go do the work, right? So when I come up here, sometimes sometimes I'm laying in bed and I'm like, I can't wake up. I can't wait to wake up in the morning and go to my new desk. Like, that's how I feel. And I always had a desk, but it wasn't right. It didn't feel right. So this is like my space, my thing that I've created. And it's really great because it's all mine. It's nobody else's. And I even went and purchased a few little things, for it. It's been fun. The other thing is that you want to be prepared. And yes, we talked about that, being prepared, but what's really important is that I know Jess sits down once a week, same time every week, same day, same time every week. And she sits down and she plans out her week. And she so she knows what's coming. For me, I sit down every single night. I have it's right here. I actually have a sheet that is laminated, right? It's got my personal to-dos, it's clear right now because I moved it over to another one. But I have my schedule. So I sit down every night with a laminated sheet and I write my schedule for the day because I need it the night before so that I'm prepared. I've got stuff laid out. It's like I put my workout clothes out. Maybe I pack a lunch if I'm not going to be home that day, or whatever it is. Whatever it is for you, you're always checking in and not getting caught off guard. You're always checking in with what's going on in your life. And then that way you can stay intentional with your time and discerning too, making sure that you're cutting stuff out that's getting in the way. So you don't have to do this now, but I want you to think, after everything that you've probably brainstormed about tonight, you've probably learned a couple things about yourself. I hope you have. What is your personal mission statement? So if you could only say one thing about from now until you're an elderly person, you're 120 years old, what is that mission statement, that thing that you're going to be like, yes, this felt great. This is exactly how I wanted to live my life. And don't dumb yourself down with your mission statement. Be bold, audacious, and daring with your mission statement. So I'm just going to leave you with this. This is our last little slide here. I love this quote. If you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting. That can work positive or negative. So when you're thinking about what you're doing with your time, think about, is this what I want to keep happening? Am I doing what I want to keep happening? Because what you do is what you get. All right. That's it. And now I can read your comments. Right before they come to perform surgery. What?
Awesome.
Oh, I don't even know what that was.
Thanks.
All right.
Well, Joy has something to say.
Yes. You're on mute.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, well, that surgery comment was back to the music. Come on, whatever.
Oh,
That was a while ago.
you're terrible.
Would you say that your mission statement is the same as your purpose statement that Vito has you write out in 4.0, or are they different?
Well, to be quite honest with you, because I did 4.0 so long ago, and for those of you who don't know, 4.0 is based on Brendan Burchard, who is Oprah's life coach, Ariana Huffington's life coach. He does the high performance guy. He's even coached the Dalai Lama. He does a high performance academy, and he's written a million books. Motivation Manifesto. If you haven't read it, please read it. And Vito, who's one of the founders of Team Rockstar Fit, does a training for coaches called 4.0, and it's based on that. I would say that my mission statement is more about my 6 roles. My purpose statement is more about me as a coach.
Would you share yours as an example?
My mission statement?
Yeah.
I don't have it with me. It's downstairs on the couch, but I'll post it.
Come on.
Let's do that.
Unprepared.
I'll post it.
Let's remember that April shared that to share on the team page our streamlining ideas. I love
Please.
yours, and I have a couple to add to that. And then let's share our personal mission statement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we do
I
that?
love it.
Like, that's super, I mean, it's super scary to even write it for yourself. But then to share it, let's be bold, audacious, and just
Daring.
no
So
fear.
bad.
Yeah. That's a hard one because I can do my mission statement for 4.0 like I was asked to for a purpose, but your personal mission statement, I don't know. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. I can do whatever the hell I want.
That's right. You can.
And you can do. So don't feel like you have to do it a certain way what we're doing. That's why
And no one will judge you. No
Yeah,
one will judge you.
So I'm kind of glad that April didn't have hers right now because I think it's better to make your own before you hear.
Can I interject?
Yes.
Because we were just talking about this on the 4.0 Zoom last Tuesday, and what he kind of made it sound like is that your purpose statement is like what you are trying to accomplish, and your mission statement is how you're going to go about doing that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So that makes sense that you would use that to use your roles to come up with that. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't
That's all
think
I have.
there's any
I love that.
wrong way to do a mission statement. I think it's just like this, it's like your purpose to, if you start your mission statement with to, TO, that's a great place to start, but it's not the only place to start. Yep.
Love it. April, so good. I took so many notes. Thank you so much. That was really incredible. Thank you everybody for being on. Any questions, comments? I want to just say thank you to April for preparing. That was a lot of preparation and some really good things. I love being able to take that 5 minutes time to write some stuff out. And you guys, I'll tell you real quick, just from experience of being in here for doing my 6 roles since day 1, because in Rock the Basics, we were told to do that. So I always did that. Don't stop doing those 6 roles. They will change. I don't think I revisited the 6 roles until like a year later when I became a diamond. And then I remember them saying to do it again. I thought, wow, now it's like becoming harder or something. But even just have on your plan to do it every 3 to 5 months or something. So I think things change, like crises will come into life, and then, roles have changed for me because of that. And hopefully it's not crises. Maybe it's just you've weaned some things out. Because like right now I have 7 and I'm like, oh shoot, I want to get rid of 1. So that's going to be a goal. I need to get rid of 1. So,
Exactly.
And if you can't get rid of 1 right now, don't feel bad. If you have 7 and that's just how it goes, that's how it goes. Let's just try to get to 6. I always do try to get to 6. So awesome. Thank you so much.
And I'm here for anyone too. If you have any questions, even if I'm not your personally sponsored coach, we all share the love, team lead in love. We all are here together. Yep.
Yes, definitely. Okay. I'm going to stop recording.